Hi, Leo. I'm 1-2 in the Vedic sidereal zodiac. My birthday falls in the Leo sign, which I was really glad to learn because in tropical astrology, I'm a Cancerian, and there's nothing wrong with being a Cancerian at all. But it's not really me. I feel more leonine, I think, than, well, I don't know. I'm kind of an aqua cat. Anyway, it was a great relief to me to find out that there was another way of looking at the zodiac, and I hope it is to you too. Now, if you've come here and you're a tropical Leo, this is the message for you. That's how spirit works. If it drew you here, this is what you're supposed to be at. We're talking about the new moon cycle that is going from tomorrow, the 11th of February, until the 13th of March. It'll be a full moon in the middle there and 2 new moons on the end. It's an initiation cycle, a place where we like to think about the bigger picture and the higher purpose, and that's why I'm here, is to try and help you think about that a little bit. Now, this particular new moon falls into your 6th house. This is the house of health, fitness, routines, systems, your analytical nature, your analysis of life. Woo! Everything went everywhere. That's good. Let's straighten it back up. And your pets, your work habits, the things that give you a sense of usefulness and routine, the services you give, the ways in which you organize your day and your life. And I'm starting here with the animal medicine cards, and I have a very specific way that I like to shuffle these, with 3 rounds of integration at the end for the goddess, and as a way to honor the earth. System of 3s of Vedic philosophy. And from here we have the swan. Oh, beautiful. The card of grace. Leos are already blessed with an amazing and inordinate amount of grace because the sun is the spiritual father of our sign. And you get to see your dad every day, right? The sun rises and he is there and giving life to everything and everyone, and it's this huge, this word keeps coming up for me, magnanimous energy, this giving of service, just like the 6th house as it falls. I feel like a lot of people think of the 6th house as illness and difficulty, and there really is some truth to that in the Hellenistic interpretation, but every symbol has 2 sides, and you can't rule out one with just taking for granted that the other is the way of it. It's always important to try and see both sides. Grace is like that, right? We're material beings, we're in bodies, but we are divine. And this is the hallmark of divinity, that we are given the ability to love, to unify, to see ourselves in another, and to be united, to be together, despite the difficulties that very often come with being in the material plane. The counterpoint to this is bat. It's rebirth, a new way of interacting with the world. The bat is a very beautiful, I think they're amazing creatures that I love watching them fly. They have this strange flight pattern, right? And it doesn't look like it makes any sense, but they're guiding themselves purely auditorially. They're sending out a signal and listening to what comes back. And this is really well aspected in the Vedic philosophy right now, because this new moon is in Dhanishta Nakshatra, the lunar mansion of the drum, of listening. And there's even a Vedic practice for this new moon of silence and listening. So listen for the graceful noise, right? Listen deeply to yourself. Listen deeply to your spiritual father, the sun. And we'll see where we go from here. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread here that gives us lots of information about where you currently sit in the present moment. And I'm grateful to you for letting me stay in this present moment with you right now. As part of my spiritual practice of divination, the point is to be in the only moment that matters, which is now, and stay out of the future and the past by resolving them inwardly, making peace with them through divination. And that doesn't mean that every single bit of it is going to be absolutely true. We don't have a signifier for you yet, so I'm going to demand one. But it does have a way of settling the soul and bringing us into deeper knowing with the energies that are here in this moment. Your signifier for this reading will be the card of oppression, the 10 of Wands. We don't know where he's going with these wands and whether they'll benefit that town or not, but he is carrying them vigilantly, and he is making his way with a heavy burden. Perhaps that's been true for you, or perhaps you are feeling the weight of responsibility, duty, burden. We have 7 planets in Capricorn right now, and Saturn rules Capricorn, and it's been there for a long time. It is the planet of, kind of piling it on until you get the point. And I'm really getting that feel off of this card. Not so much that it lacks accomplishment, this responsibility, this duty, but it is getting to be a bit of a burden and maybe has outlived its sell-by date. 10s are culminations. They generally bring us to an end. So let's see what covers this. Mastery. Perfect. So it is more of an accomplishment. You may have a sense that you've gleaned all you can get from the burden that you've been carrying, and that it's time to deliver those wands and move on to a new task, a new way of being. King of Wands is a countryman, generally married. He is a leader, a visionary, and he's very adept in overcoming these kinds of challenges. It's one of his special skills. He's got the lion rampant, your sign. He's got all things of the sun about him. I think this bodes well for the ending of a cycle of great difficulty, maybe even oppression. What crosses you? What is your obstacle in this reading? Another wand. So it's a very creative cycle. Whatever you're moving from and to involves a lot of energy. It's involved your willpower. And it was an act of creation. You created something. Whether within you or without in the real world, it could be more of an internal thing that you have created through long, hard work. Lots of that coming up with this stellium in Capricorn. Lots of the culmination and the fruits of hard work that could really be the case here. This Knight of Wands, of course, is a bit more of the action, initiation. Some people call Knights offers. I haven't really found that to be the case in my readings, but it's an adventure, kind of a fearlessness with this guy. And he represents to me kind of the hero archetype. And, you know, that as an obstacle is a kind of interesting way of looking at responsibility, duty, obligation, and achievement. That it's kind of at odds with this idea of the hero's journey, going out and testing your mettle and being in the world, not necessarily playing it safe, but being more the visionary, being overlaid with this idea of the visionary king of creativity. What crowns you is a celebration. This is relationship. The Three of Cups is friendliness. It's camaraderie. It's community. Here you will find another group of people who have not necessarily gone on the adventure, but have stayed and done their duty, and now they have a different vision. Something new came out of that, a sort of grace, a new life, a rebirth, if you will, is coming, culminating, evolving out of hard work and oppression, a difficulty. Lots of wands. This is all founded in your ships coming in, your accomplishment, your forward expansion. Yeah, like rapid growth though. He's focused. He's creative. He's energetic. There's a will there. Those are his ships on the water. You can't really tell that it's water because it's golden. But those are his ships out there. His ships are coming in. And all this hard work has yielded, all this hard work and not going on adventures has delivered you a bounty, a visionary bounty, a visionary community celebratory bounty. Good job, Leo. You're leaving behind, holy cats, the tower. Yeah, you are, because all of this hard work and determination isn't going to last. It's coming down one way or another. You still get the rewards of it. You still get the celebration of it. You still get the grace of it, but it's not necessarily due to anything you did. This is manna from heaven, right? You're being spared this. You're being spared the worst of the tower. The luck that came from your hard work has saved you from some great difficulty. It may not look like it right now, but I bet you going forward it might be there for you. Yeah, because in your future you have the wish fulfillment card. This guy, he kind of cracks me up. I think he is very self-satisfied, right on the brink of emotional contentment, but not quite there yet, right? He's satisfied, you know, in the can't get no satisfaction kind of sense. He's emotionally stable, but he's got like luxury here. Fulfillment of wishes. Interesting read. It seems like you're moving from accepting a creativity that's coming over you and into emotional fulfillment that maybe eluded you while you were there. And maybe you kind of had to be forced out of it because you seem like a dutiful person, Leo. And let's face it, we kind of are that way. We like to give people what they expect from us, and we like to be seen as noble. However, we have desires, some maybe unmet desires that could be getting fulfilled. I mean, how nice, how positive is that? But we'll try to remain equanimous. Something got destroyed in the past, and we're never very happy about destruction, death, difficulty for others, even if we benefit from it. We can use that benefit to help those in need if it's possible. Your card, I love this card. It's the meditation card. There's not a community here. There's you and you. This is a Grail night, let's say, or a night of long campaigns. An old warrior who is between things that he has to do, between duties, between errands. And between those errands, he's taken the time to meditate, to be with himself, to pray to his higher power. This is all about you and you. You and your soul. Moving into perhaps a more comfortable, more emotionally fulfilling way of looking at the world, a more emotionally fulfilling vision, a more creative and emotionally fulfilling vision, with some adventure in it that you haven't had before, with some adventure that you've denied yourself. Maybe you're going to take a risk. Maybe you'll take a chance to get this sort of fulfillment. This is where you are right now. This is what surrounds you. Beautiful. Comes right out of meditation. This chariot moves forward because those two forces are in alignment. This is a card of moving on and victory. This is a major arcana card. And where, look at these two figures, right? Completely out of order and in distress, and what stands between them is falling. These two figures are balanced and harmonious. This reminds me of alternate nostril breathing. A personal side note, and I have a video for that if you want to look at it too. But this reminds me of bringing the two hemispheres of the brain into a type of harmony that comes from a cycle very much like this one. A cycle of harmony, disharmony, and repair. This Tridevi graceful energy that I try to observe with these readings and that I try to understand through divination is here in this card. There are three personages in it, and among them stands this, it almost looks like a caduceus. The shield looks like the symbol for medicine. Beautiful lunar symbols here. Medieval town behind them. Just crossed the river on the way out, right? Leaving town. Very nice. And your hopes and fears. Interesting, because there's a parallel in these two cards. Duty, responsibility to the point of oppression. Mastery and hard work that you enjoy. I have to say, I've made this change in my life, and right now, as we speak, in this present moment, I am doing work that I enjoy. I'm sharing with you something that comes to me from spirit, and you're listening and giving me you're giving me the time and the audience to be able to share things that are specific to me and that have a place in the world that I don't even know yet. This kind of mastery, this kind of craft that he does, because look at him, the medieval town from here is in his background as well. He's moving on, and moving on from the tower, and he's doing not only work that is beautiful, work in stone, but work that he loves. This absolutely gorgeous combination in my opinion, of the major arcana Chariot card, which is direction, control, drive, kind of ambition. And then this card of the Eight of Pentacles, which is this mastery, this diligence, this passionate work combined with high standards. Capricorn loves this. Saturn loves this kind of stuff. This is the right way to work, right? I read somewhere a long time ago that all work should be done singing. And I feel like it is that. It's doing work through joy instead of work through oppression. Happening for all of us right now, but big time for you, Leo. Through meditation and through your communal attitude and your devotion toward the higher power, what you see as the life force on the planet, you will come to a collaboration. 2 threes, a pair of threes that signify teamwork, collaboration, but more importantly, interdependence, right? Like there's a joy in this community. There's a respect in this community. And it reminds me of that quote from a Richard Bach book, right? Seldom do people find their true family under the roof where they grow up, or something like that. It's all about finding your own family, finding your own community in the wake of what cannot survive into the future. What an absolutely beautiful read for anyone looking to transcend this period in history that can be so oppressive and so very difficult and lack adventure and fun and lack any sense of vision. Looks like you've got it in spades. Glad to hear it as one of us. And here we are again with these wands. This is amazing. This is my Alexander after the campaigns card. I always look at this as like planning, but planning from a new place, right? Alexander conquered the world, the entire world. And if you look here, it's so abundant. The water, the greenery, the mountains, the beautiful carved stone, and the 2 staves beside him that give him a sense of direction. But this planning, this making decisions, and very significantly, this is a card of leaving home. I see a lot of travel in this. I see a lot of forward movement that has been resisted, and I think, it looks like the ships are coming in and you're going to take your booty and move on. Let's see what the Golden Tarot says for us. This is the Golden Thread Tarot. I love handling these cards. Very indulgent to add them to the spread, but I just really enjoy them. They do have the traditional tarot theme. All the cards are essentially the same, but the illustrations couldn't be more different. And the simplified manner of it really appeals to me. They're made out of a recycled plastic on top of it that I really just enjoy handling. They've got a distinct scent to them. This is available on Labyrinthos if you are interested in having them for yourself. I highly recommend it. 10 of Pentacles. This is another form of mastery. This 10 Pentacles being about the highest of the suit of legacy. This is a culmination of a very important message. Understanding the true value of the material world. That in and of itself is a kind of rebirth. a kind of being born again in matter. Maybe after a difficult passage, understanding your true work here, enjoying the fruits of oppression. You sacrificed, you gave up, you didn't do as much adventuring as you would have liked to have done. You didn't go as far as you wanted. And you're going to find like-minded people who want to go with you. The flip side is the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. You can't make this stuff up. You know, this is moving forward with a new purpose, with new integrity, with your heart as the impetus for what you're doing, with a romantic ideal, an idealist vision, no longer bearing a heavy burden, but following your heart. And following your heart is going to lead you to this understanding and appreciation of matter. What a beautiful reading for you, Leo. Let me know if you'd like me to explore the I Ching a little later as we get more into this energy. I think it'd be interesting to try and do it for YouTube. I haven't seen it done live, and I'd like to try it. So if you want me to do that, go ahead and drop me a little message in the comments. If you could, it would be really great if you liked and subscribed and hit the notification bell, but do what's best for you. If this isn't your kind of reading, I understand it. I'm only after my people, and I really, really appreciate your attention and letting me share what I can do here with you. Thanks again. Thank you so much, Leo.